Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Positive Vibes by Hina. Welcome to today's travel vlog. This is a travel vlog when we visited Cuba from Calgary, Canada with our 18 months old baby girl Eva. And if you're wondering if you can travel to Cuba with baby, is Cuba worth visiting? Is Cuban food nice? Why do most of the people get food infections when they visit Cuba? And is Cuba beautiful? Are the beaches good? Is Cuba, worth visiting? Then I'm going to answer all your questions in this travel vlog. And this travel vlog is very close to my heart because this was our third international trip with our baby, and she was 18 months old in this video. I mean, in this travel vlog. So we left in the morning around 4 o'clock, and then we drove to airport, Calgary airport. Then we took out our stroller. We did not take a car seat with us because car seat is not mandatory in Cuba, so there is no need of car seat if you're traveling to Cuba or any other southern America country. So if you're traveling from Calgary, then there is no direct flight from Calgary to Cuba. First, you have to go to Toronto and then Toronto to Varadero. That is one of the cities in Cuba. So there is no direct flight. So make sure you note this. If you are in Toronto, then you can get a direct flight from Toronto to Varadero or Havana in Cuba. Okay, so this can be a challenging with the baby because you will have to, change the flights and then survive the layover and everything. But if you plan ahead, you can, travel with the baby. So make sure your baby is, well fed and well rested throughout the journey, so that the baby won't be cranky or irritated. So as you can see, Eva just had milk and then I was just patting her to sleep. Once we reached Toronto, there was this connections to the Southern America because we are changing the country now, right? So from Calgary to Toronto, it was a domestic flight, and from Toronto to Varadero, it was an international flight. So we had to go to the connections. Okay, so that was the different area of the Toronto airport. So this was our second flight. I took some coffee from Starbucks and then we boarded this flight. As you can see, the flight was like fully packed. Okay, but they were able to give us an extra seat for Eva baby, which was good. We did not ask for it, but there was one seat free, so they just gave us an upgrade, and then they gave us an extra seat, so which is good. So another point to be noted, so if you're traveling with the baby, and you can check with the representatives that is there during the check-in, that is there any seat available, extra seat available which we can use for the baby, and if they have, then they will be more than happy to give it to you. So you just have to ask for it. So as you can see, Cuba airport is very very basic. Don't expect any luxuries here. This is a very basic airport. Any developing country airport, it's not a luxurious airport. Okay, so once we reached to Varadero airport, we got our baggage and we sat on this bus. So, okay, so we took some cash too. So the cleaner of the bus was giving us some cash, the Cuban pesos, with the exchange of the Canadian dollars. And another thing to note is here that Cuban people, they believe in tips. So if you like their service, then they expect getting tips from you. So that is their culture. And as a traveler, I I always prefer to, go by other countries' culture. So we got some pesos, and this is our room. We did all the check-in formalities at hotel, and this was our room. So they had also provided us the crib, which was good. This was a little seating area. There was a king size bed, and we did not go out for dinner. Instead of that, we ordered a room service, and the food was nice. I mean, I would rate 6 out of 10. I won't say it was like top notch, but it was like 1 a.m. in the night. How would you expect like a delicious meal at that hour? So next day we woke up early, and then we just went in the lobby. So this was a bar area. And another thing to notice is drinks are absolutely free, food is absolutely free in resort. Whatever you order, whether it's a coffee or any alcoholic drink or anything, everything was free. So we ordered 2 coffees, and as you can see, those are sugarcane sticks, and I found that very, very Cuban. So there wasn't any processed sugar. When we asked for sugar, they gave us sugarcane sticks. So which was like very, very Cuban, like I really loved it. So we drank coffee and then chew on that sugarcane stick. And then I was just, clicking pictures and videos. So the beach was just near to our hotel. Like it was amazing. As you can see, the beach was absolutely stunning. And honestly, the video won't do any justice what we saw by real eyes, or by with real eyes. I mean, the water was so clean. The beach was so clean. There wasn't any like stones or anything on the beach, and this like sand was so like luscious and soft. We could easily walk, and so that's the difference between Cuba and Mexico. So in Mexico, if you see, the beaches are not that clean, and the sand is also not that soft. But in Cuba, the beaches are absolutely clean, like 100% clean, and the soil, that sand is also very clean. So I found that the beaches are the crux of Cuba, like amazing beaches. And as you can see, there is no much cloud. I mean, when we went to Mexico, there were like beaches were like flooding like with people. There were so many people because Mexico is so commercialized. So if you enjoy going to secluded places where you don't want any rush or like people, then the Cuba is the country for you. And there is a like misconception about Cuban food, that in Cuba you don't get delicious food, but honestly I don't agree with that. In our hotel or in our resort, the food was like really amazing. I would rate it 8 out of 10. And there were like so many varieties to choose from. There are like many videos coming where I have shown the food. This was the small clip. So then there was a viewing gallery. We went there to see the skyline and the unobstructed view of the sky. And then there were some shows for kids. So we went there in the night, and as you can see, Eva was just roaming around, and she sat with those kids and she was just having fun. And there were some shows for kids too. So if you have kids, as you can see there, she is an entertainer for kids, and she entertained kids, she danced with kids, she sang for kids. So this lady was just designated to entertain kids. So as you can see, Eva baby is so happy and she was just running around. She was enjoying the show. So if you have kids and if you want to go to Cuba, then please do not hesitate. Your kids will enjoy too, because there is something for everyone. there is a free alcohol for gentlemen, and the amazing beach for ladies, and shows for kids. So if you are hesitant, then do not be hesitant. Cuba is a good country to visit with kids and visit with family too. And there are some downsides too I'm going to talk about, but just stay with me. And as you can see, the kids were dancing. And yeah, next day, so this is a lunch, by the way. So as you can see, these are the starters. There is chicken, there is rice, there, and yes, if you are a fan of seafood, then you must visit Cuba. I mean, the menu was like flooded with fish and the seafood, but we are not fan of seafood. So I mean, we enjoyed some seafood, but like in limited quantity. But if you're a fan, then you must visit Cuba. So there were like so many dishes to choose from. There was a chicken area, fish area, this was a bread and pizza area, and so many types of bread, so many types of butters, so many types of foods. There were some live stations where they were roasting and grilling chicken or fish or seafood and other meat. This was a desert area. As you can see, there are like so many items of desserts, and this is the best part, the mangoes. Oh my god, we enjoyed Cuban mangoes so much. And these are the hyper local fruits, the watermelon, the papaya, the guava, and mangoes. And that was the mango season, that's why we enjoyed mangoes so much. And this was a salad area, so if you do not want to eat anything, just want to eat some salad, so that was it. Then this was a live fish area. So, and these are the types of butters, some spaghetti. So if you are Italian, or if you are like, if you don't want to eat local Cuban food, then you will find some international food too, like spaghetti, breads, butter, salad, desserts. So there is something for everyone, and this was the deli meat and the dry fruits area, where you can eat like dry fruits and jams and everything. So this is our little family. We were enjoying our food. I just wanted to capture this because this is a like core memory, like eating together. And I'm sure when I'll go back and see this video, it will make me happy. Another downside of Cuba is there was a rainy season in June. So in June it rains in Cuba, so be prepared to have some rain showers. So this on this day there was like raining, so we couldn't go out on the beach. So we were just sitting in the lobby and enjoying to this lady's music show. So she was singing and we were just listening to it and enjoying. And this was, I think this was a dinner. No, this was a breakfast, next day breakfast. So breakfast, lunch and dinner, everything has a different menu. Desserts, be it food, be it like desserts, or be it main course, everything is different. So in breakfast there are like some specialty items like live omelette or egg station. Then this is the salad station, this is a deli meat and burger station where you can make your own burger and stuff like that. So this was our day trip to Havana. Okay. So in Cuba there is one of the excursions is you can visit Havana. So Havana is a capital city of Cuba, and it's approximately 2.5 hours of drive or 3 hours of drive from Varadero. So this gentleman, he came to pick us up, and he was a taxi driver, and he was a freelancing taxi driver. And so there were like buses too, but we do not like buses, so we picked him. and this is one of the attractions in Cuba, and its name is Christ of Havana. So as you can see, there is a big like statue of Christ. Then this is a new Havana. So there are two parts of Havana. One is old Havana and other is new Havana. So I think this is a I think old Havana, because you can see there are so many buildings and structures. So this is a Capitol building. So this is a Cuban Capitol. Okay, so look at the structure. See, this is a Capitol building. So we did not go inside because we were not allowed to, of course, but it was a hot day, so we just like did sightseeing. Okay, so and then we took some pictures with the Christ of Havana, and as you can see, this was a road just beside the sea, and this was the cathedral, and this was the Revolution Plaza. So where the Cuban Revolution happened, and this was the like area where we were just roaming around and sightseeing. This was a library and pharmacy too. And so our taxi driver, he got us some treat. I'm going to show you next. So this is one of the best desserts in Cuba. So he got it was like an eclair. It was like chocolate coated pastry with the stuff inside. It was really delicious, and we were just walking, and if you can see, there is a European vibe in Cuban history. I think that the architecture, it resembles Europe, because when we went to Montreal in Canada, there were some streets, they were like had European aesthetics, and in Cuba too, like in Havana too, Cuban and Cuban architecture or Cuban infrastructure has European dominance, you know. I mean, just look at the buildings, look at the infrastructure, look at the architectures. It was feeling like we were in Europe, you know, any of the cities in Europe. So we visited some of the major attractions. So this was a complete day tour. Okay, so if you are visiting Cuba, then you can opt for this day tour, and you can go by a taxi driver or taxi like we did, or you can opt for a bus also. So this is the fun part. Our driver only knew Spanish, so he was writing in the Google Translator, and then he used to show it to us that translation in English, and that's how we communicated with him, because we didn't know Spanish and he didn't know English. So Google Translator was for the rescue, and then it was very hot. So we made sure that Eva is well hydrated, because as you can see, there was a hot day. After that, we sat in the like taxi, and then our driver told me there is a amazing restaurant, and it's a like five-star restaurant in Havana. As you can see, I think it was built in 1800s. I mean, it was so old, and it was a classic restaurant. And he said that if you are in Havana, then don't miss this opportunity to eat in this restaurant. So we invited him to have lunch with him, but he told that no, I have my own tiffin. You guys enjoy, and give the money like tip instead of the food, you know that. So we said okay, and then we started enjoying our food. So I got some spaghetti, and Dhaval got this pizza. Pizza was like really amazing. I would give 10 out of 10, but the spaghetti wasn't that good. I mean, it was chicken spaghetti. Okay, so once we had dinner, we started our journey back to our resort, and it was again raining, but drive was so pretty, and Eva baby was just like lying on me, and Dhaval was sleeping, and I wasn't sleeping because I was just enjoying the journey. And then he took us to the shopping center. So as you can see, this is a shopping area. I won't call it as a shopping center, but there were so many things. Those were handcrafted by Cuban people, and they were showcasing all the Cuban histories and the leaders, and everything was handmade. That was the best part. So this was a doll, and so we were like exploring that area, and we wanted to get some souvenirs, and I was mainly interested in fridge magnets. So we got some fridge magnets, and then baby was awake, she was eating, and then yeah, after that she again slept. And when we reached resort, we had a nice soothing dinner, and this was a tamarind juice, by the way. This was the best juice I have ever drank. I mean, it was amazing. The spaghetti wasn't good, it was dry, but anyways, you know, I think the chef wasn't in a good mood to cook. I mean, we are humans, right? We are not in good mood always. So I don't mind if there is a not good food on my plate. I just eat it anyways. So next day was very special because we are going to have a ride in a classic car. So that was the best part of this trip. So that's why I dressed up Eva with the red shoes and white dress, and I also wore white dress. And so the classic cars are very famous in Cuba. It's like heart of Cuba because Cuban people, they believe in old vintage classic things. So for them, having a classic car is like a flex, it's like having a BMW at home. So it's like that prestigious for them. So we booked a ride in a classic car, and then we had some tea, and we were just waiting for a classic car to arrive. And you can see this was our ride for that day. It was pink and white classic car, and he was our driver. He was amazing, and he told us that this car was 1950, like manufactured in 1950, and it was passed from generations to generations. So it was his grandfather's car, then it got passed to his father, and now he's riding it. So he is like third generation of this car, and I found it like pretty cool. And so we sat in the car, and then that's how our journey began. I mean, my hair went crazy. I mean, seriously, I have crazy hair, and they don't get along with wind. And I was continuously managing my hair. And as you can see, Eva baby also has curly hair. So I was holding her hair in one hand and mine in second. So it was like whole crazy hair ride. But Dhaval was enjoying. I was also enjoying, but with managing my hair. And look at the ride. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, and yeah, so we thought it's very cold and sunny, and it was too windy. So we asked them to, just like keep it like close again, because it was open before. So he put a roof again. So it was like we can put the roof, and we can, it was like convertible car, you know what I mean. So it's in our hand to where, if we want to keep it open, if we want to keep the roof closed, because it is a convertible car. And it was very hot, so we just kept it closed. And then he took us to like many places, but this was amazing. So this was near the bridge, and there was this path to walk. It was like amazing walk. See, Eva baby is walking like a princess. And this is the best part. Can you see Varadero in Cuba? So this is a classic like sign to click pictures in Cuba. So all the tourists they come here and click pictures here because love Cuba and Varadero. So we loved this place so much. We clicked so many pictures. We had fun, and as you can see, the weather was so amazing. And then he took us to like different places. So there was this garden, there was this mini golf area, there was a place where all the rich people uh, like houses of rich people were there. So he took us to all the famous areas of the Cuba. And when we came back, we went to beach as always because we love beach so much. And we were just sitting here enjoying on the sun bed because I think it was our last or second last day in Cuba. And this is the, you know, amazing time to visit the beach. Okay, so look at my baby. She wanted to wash her feet on her own. So she was just standing here and washing her feet. And these are the souvenirs we got to take back home. And this is the number of the taxi driver. So if you want to go to Cuba, then please call him. He's an amazing taxi driver. He will take you to places and will show you an amazing time. He's a very good driver and a tourist guide. So Eva baby was just playing with the random kids in the resort, and then we again went upstairs. I think this was the next day. This was officially our last day in Cuba, and we wanted to go to beach. So I told her, Eva, that let's put on some sunscreen, and she was like, "No, I will do on my own. I don't want your help." So she's that kind of baby. So yeah, Dhaval was just packing bags and I was helping him too. So he was crying that, that he doesn't want to go back to Canada. I'm going to miss Cuba because we had amazing time here, and he's such an organized person. He was just folding everything and putting in the bag. And Eva baby wanted to put her shoes on, so she was doing on her own. She didn't want me to help her. That's how she is, little baby. Then we went to this restaurant where we had coffee and some food. And if you're wondering what the babies will eat, so Iba baby is having classic Cuban black beans curry and rice. So I think babies will have everything to eat here. I mean, you don't need to worry, and you don't need to pack any food for the babies except for milk and some snacks. You will find something to eat, that's for sure. So this was our last day. We woke up early, our bags were packed. This is the view from our room. I just said bye. Look at the amazing view. I'm going to miss this view so much. And then we packed everything, and I was just shooting this video. I mean, we were so happy, and I mean, so happy to go back home, but sad that we were like going home and we were like leaving Cuba. I mean, full of mixed feelings. But the cafeteria was closed. We wanted to have some breakfast, so we were just waiting. And Eva baby was having fun. She's a little fun baby, happy baby. And this is her amazing daddy. They both enjoy each other company a lot. I mean, three of us we enjoy a lot, but this is the fun duo ever. And then our journey started. We were waiting for our bus. Our bus arrived, and yeah, it was time to say goodbye to Cuba and reminiscing all the memories that we enjoyed in Cuba, be it just swimming in the swimming pools or playing in the water parks. Everything was just so perfect, So it's very important to select a good resort when you are visiting Cuba. So our resort was like really good. If you want to know the name of it, then please comment below. I'll show you. And this was a five-star resort. So make sure you are booking a five-star resort when you go to Cuba, and bring lots of swimming costumes, because the pools are amazing, the beaches are amazing, and Cuban people are very amazing. They are people pleasing, so they always make sure to, like, impress you, and just be very kind and gentle with you. And you can do many excursions in Cuba. There are so many. So what we did is a day trip to Havana, but there are like others, like scuba diving, snorkeling, and some adventurous activities too, but we couldn't do it because we were with baby. And beaches are amazing, so make sure you explore and have a good stroll in the beach, because you are making core memories, right? So beaches are beautiful. Make sure that you play in the water park, that's beautiful. Make sure to click lots of videos, and don't worry about the food infection or anything, because we stayed there for 9 days and we did not have a single food infection or upset stomach or any health problems. So I think there is a misconception, or I don't know, people who have like very um, sensitive stomachs, they might feel that, but we did not feel it. And make sure to carry your medicines with you for upset stomach, for diarrhea or anything, if you feel like you have sensitive stomachs. But we did not feel anything. We did not have any discomfort during our whole stay. Cuba is truly amazing, and they resorts, they provide different kind of cuisine, so you will have always have something to eat. You won't starve in Cuba, that's for sure. And there were like many restaurants: Italian restaurant, Japanese restaurant, continental restaurant, West Indies restaurant. So you will always have something to eat, so don't worry. It's not that great as Mexico. I mean, I'm talking about food, but food is edible, and I would rate 7 out of 10 for food. And make sure to, buy something from Cuba, because Cuban economy is very weak. People in Cuba are very poor, so make sure you buy something from Cuba, and keep it as a souvenir. And one thing I loved about Cuba is the people. I mean, people are so gentle here. They are always ready to help. They are people's pleasing. They make sure that you are well cared, well loved, and I mean, Cuban people, I think the gentlest people I have ever met. I just love them so much. Make sure you enjoy the beaches, you enjoy the sea, and make core memories with your baby. Make sure you eat and drink hyper local fruits such as coconut. So we drank coconut water so much. It was fresh from the farm. So this guy was a farmer's son, and he was selling the coconut near the beach in our resort. So we drank coconut water, and we met so many amazing people at the beach. We had a nice talk with them. So yeah, Cuba is amazing. Just visit it. Okay, bye.